are live at Valcour Bay on a beautiful afternoon. A great day for boxing. Next to me is Johnny Nelson.
I feel like a fraud.
Terrence.
This bout is good.
Well, I hope you... After months of uncertainty, we finally have a fight. We wanted action, and they are delivering. That counter punch caught him clean. The only fear you have with this lightweight is, has he punched himself out? Don't want to trade shots. A lot of pre-match drama, and they will settle their score under the sun here in this outdoor venue.
In such heat, the cornermen need to be able to do their job. Think about what they're doing. One to cool you down, one to ice you back, one to give you instructions in your head, and one to just calm you to tell you what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong. Because that's the most important thing. Forget about the heat. Forget about everything else.
Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
A straight right just misses. Nice counter shot. The only fear you have with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? He wasn't ready for that counter punch. Well, he is in big trouble here. He may have been saved by the bell.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there.
And there's the bell to start round two. After that last round, something has got to change.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Well done with that counter shot. So much firepower here. Beautiful counter shot. Fighters completely content to sit back and let you make the first move. That's where they thrive.
To beat a
One, two, three, 4.
They're on their feet, but is this the beginning of the end?
Somebody can smell blood here. They can smell blood. They've got to be smart. Get in there. Then boom, back in the same spot again. It happened once. You got away with it. You can do it again.
It's a good start to the round for this guy.
No doubt at all. You can see who's winning. You can see who's got it in hand. You can see who's comfortable. Or it's a bit of a mousetrap.
How about that time counter shot? Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Just missing with the uppercut. And we enter the final 10 seconds here in a pretty dominant display. Beaten, bruised, and battered, but somehow the bell rings and we start the third. Something has got to change after 2 knockdowns in the last round.
2 knockdowns, and you're coming back from that. That's near on impossible, because your head must be all over the place. Your legs will feel like jelly. What can they tell you in the corner? All they can do is wake you up. They can't even go into game plan.
shoot. Neither fighter willing to slow down. You'd like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Swing and a miss with the jab.
Oh.
Just misses that uppercut. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Swinging big and missing big with that hook. It's nothing but air on that left uppercut. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. He is down big time on the scores. Back at it in round 4. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Ah!
Can't land the jab there. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Well, you know, in this division, you got to have speed and you got to have footwork, or you're going to be a cooked goose.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
The straight right just misses. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Beautiful counter punch. Solid punch. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. At this point, you got to believe. And there's the bell for round 5. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighters.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Punch, counter punch. He threw a punch and just got countered. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've done in the ring with fights like that and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
Straight right just misses. Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now,
I gotta stop you going here, Johnny, as we pick up the heat.
Terrence Crawford just got rocked.
And it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
Bing Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Just misses with that left uppercut. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Throws the jab, it doesn't score. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. The game plan does not seem to... This is the beginning of round 6. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs have gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
Nice counter. It's not always about who hits harder. In this division, ring IQ can go a long way.
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's all right to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. And he scores with the counter. A very competitive round here so far.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Nice job slipping that left uppercut. He misses with that straight left. Misses with the straight left. Good counter punching. Those counter punches have to hurt. Good counter punch. This fighter has... Here comes round 7. Last round was a disaster. What can they do here to turn this around?
2 knockdowns in that last round. There'll be sheer panic in that corner. What do? Do they throw the towel in? Do they let him come back out again? Because they know their fighter is like a lamb to the slaughter.
What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close round.
Is he going to punch himself out, though? Need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. As we enter the final frames of this bout, Johnny, what have we seen so far?
This is about ego. Get your ego in check, Todd, because if you fight a man that is used to doing this, he's confident and comfortable doing this, why are you giving him that chance to dance that dance? Step out of the way, box him, frustrate him, because if you let him get away with it, he close you down.
Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. They exchange punches. Couldn't land that jab. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. phrase, this might come down to who wants it more, but it might come down to who's in better shape. There's the bell to start round 8. That 1-minute break surely wasn't enough for him to completely recover.
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
How do they use this fighter's aggression against them?
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there, they want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a terror. That's what they do in the gym every single day if they win. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
Couldn't land that jab. Perfect counter. Crawford in trouble.
Oh, I heard that, never by saw it.
And down goes Crawford.
I've seen many shots like that. A simple short shot. Put the fighter down.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, they're back up on their feet, but I'm not sure why.
That is a show of character. When you're put down, you're
Oh, my goodness, Johnny! Crawford's legs are all over the place. And right back into the fray.
Defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So
It looks like he's going to survive the round here, but just barely. Well, let's go back to the...
Breaking news. A little bit of a different one for you, though. I am in Nando's because it is our 9. This is mine. I bought this from Amazon. Let me see. I bought this from Amazon. It's mine. Okay, I get it. I'll tell you the order. You can't steal my property. Okay,
Here we are, getting ready for this showdown between these two fighters. Should be a good one. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me is Johnny Nelson.
looking forward to this one, Todd.
It's time for our... And he... Terrence Buck. A lot of trash. These athletes have promised us a war. Let's see if they deliver. This is some of the best action I've seen in any round, anywhere this year. That counter shot lands. How about that time counter shot? That left-handed jab doesn't quite score. Well done with that counter shot. Nice counter. And just as quickly as it slows down, it heats back up. counter punching. After so much pre-hype fight and social media drama, I can't believe we're actually in the midst of them fighting.
This is not just hype. We are in for something special tonight. What an arena, what an atmosphere, what a build-up.
Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. It's like a match made in heaven.
Nobody home with that hook. Nice counter shot. That jab gets blocked. Swing and a miss with that hook. Punch, counter punch. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. You, all three judges here are going to give that round to you-know-who.
I seriously hope the judge... It's a tough...
Here we go, round two. Who's going to land the first big shot? Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
My bungulator skin for one raid. I will never ever do it again. I can't rock the bungulator skin. That shit is so fucking ugly. From the bungulator! Bungulators! Bungulators! Okay, alright. I'm telling Peanut! I'm telling Peanut! Beverly Hills Cop movie was told not to talk to Eddie Murphy on set. She said, fuck that. Beverly Hills Cop F hits the
Hope you've passed your scuba license exam. We're underwater at the Atlantis. And watching this live with me is Johnny Nelson.
It's going to be unbelievable. The fans, everybody around the world, the fighting.
And it's the king.
This bout is...
And this one has all... These athletes have been waiting a long time to square off. Here we go. He threw a punch and just got countered. You couldn't write a script like this. This is like Rocky versus Apollo. Beautiful counter shot. Nice counter shot. Nice idea with the jab, but does not land. Those counter punches have to hurt. They both want a highlight reel knockout. What a... awkward ending we had the first time Crawford met Khan, as an accidental shot to the groin caused Khan to retire. Hopefully no controversy here tonight.
What a fight it was. It was bubbling to be an unbelievably interesting, intriguing fight. Crawford still as fast, he's still as slick, still as powerful. Now Amir Khan knows this guy can put the pressure on. So I've either got to jump on him early and throw it all in for 5 rounds, or exactly the same thing's going to happen all over again.
This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Tried to score with a jab. That hook won't score. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Khan. On to the second round. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
How about that time counter shot? The crowd here cannot wait. They've been buzzing all day long, and finally, we're about to get it on.
It's so hot, it's so heated, there's a roof on here, you don't understand it. When you're working, when the noise is there, the pressure's on, you're thirsty, you're sweating, and you're on the wrong side of a beating. This can be hellfire on you.
That jab doesn't find a home. Those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
Perfectly matched.
Well, they're back on their feet right now, Johnny. Do they go toe for toe, or do they play defense here?
He's up, but for how long? Look at him. On the heels, look at, there's nothing there. There's no defense. The eyes are glazed. He just takes one more clear shot, a clean one, and he's out of there.
Terrence Crawford just got rocked.
Beautiful, sneaky shot to take his legs away from him.
Let's talk about Khan. On to the third. Gotta be feeling confident heading into this round after knocking their opponent down twice.
2 knockdowns, and you're coming back from that. That's near on impossible, because your head must be all over the place. Your legs will feel like jelly. What can they tell you in the corner? All they can do is wake you up. They can't even go into game plan.
That big hook doesn't land. Crawford got hit hard, and down he goes.
Oh, no, come on, get up. Get up, it can't be over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Give me your ball.
Apparently it's going to take more than that to keep this fighter down.
Somebody can smell blood here. They can smell blood. They've got to be smart. Get in there. Then boom, back in the same spot again. It happened once. You've got away with it. You can do it again.
Need to pick things up here in the second half of the round.
It's that forever hope. Remember the fight at Evander Holyfield? He could be behind on points up until the last 10 seconds, but he's fighting like he's going to put it back. That's the kind of hope we need to see.
Punch caught him clean. Tried to score with the uppercut. Not a lot lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Crawford in trouble.
Oh, what a shot. He's staggered. He's staggered. Does he know? Does he know he's even gone?
Final 10 seconds here, and this has not been his round for sure. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. His legs are gone, but somehow he's still in this fight. There's the bell for round 4. They've got to be feeling confident now after what happened last round.
I have no idea what they have left. How do you come back from something like that? Not on twice? Where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
Straight right just misses. Well done with that counter shot. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. You can tell who's stronger and who's faster. They exchange punches. Perfect counter lands. Got his gloves up to block the left jab. Is he going to punch himself out, though? So much for boxing. This is a fight. This is some of the best action I've seen in any round, anywhere this year. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Let's talk about Conor. And there's the bell for round 5. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. Here we go with the lightweights. Get ready to see some blazing hand speed and fancy footwork.
When you have a fight that's got that great footwork and that great hand speed, it's so hard. It's an uphill battle.
And he misses with that jab. They block that jab. Straight right just misses. Well, you know, in this division, you got to have speed and you got to have footwork, or you're going to be a cooked goose.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
Good counter punch. Got to let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Stamina is off the chart.
Get your ass, motherfucker. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Fuck you, Can.
So it's onward and We're 20,000 leagues under the sea. Welcome to the Atlantis. And here it's Sugar Ray. What a pleasure to be in this unique environment. Every seat has been taken for tonight's match.
All right.
And we're underway in round one. Missing with that jab. Caution being thrown to the wind. All the talking has been done. It's time to start doing the walking.
You have certain fighters that are born for this, that are made for the big crowd. And looking at corner right there, that is that fighter right there. They have elevated, lifted, it's like they're not touching the ground. This is what they were born for.
Nice counter shot. Straight right just misses. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. For those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Not a lot of defense here at all. Good counter punch. This counter-puncher is going to wait for you to move first, and then will strike like a snake. Keep an eye on this guy.
They have got great ring IQ. Counter-punches are the best.
The right hook misses. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Crawford in that last round. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them finally comes to a close. There's the bell for round two. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
The straight right just misses. Couldn't land that jab. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. This fighter is all about finesse, using a lot of angles and lateral movement.
Oh, this is what it's all about. Hit and don't get hit. Jab, move, pop, slip. Use your footwork. Drive your opponent crazy.
Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you. And so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Nice job getting that punch through. Just missed with that jab. Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Well, he is glad. On to the third. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Punch, counter punch. Good one. You can tell who's stronger and who's faster. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. That jab misses. Beautiful counter shot. Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
There's a counter shot. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
That punch is beginning to take its toll. They both want the knockout. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally comes to a close. Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
They both want a highlight reel knockout. How do they use this fighter's aggression against them?
Look back in the history books. Some of the best fighters in the world were the middle.
Whoa, Johnny! Crawford's legs are all over the place. And down goes Crawford.
Is he out? Is he going to move? Is there a twitch?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
How about that will to win and refusal to stay down as this fight continues?
Oh, he can smell blood. Look at that. He's put in round once. He knows what shot works and where to land it. Then try and do it again. He's just not got to get trigger happy.
Pretty good start the first half of this round.
No doubt at all. You can see who's winning. You can see who's got it in hand. You can see who's comfortable. Or it's a bit of a mousetrap.
Good punch. How about that time counter shot? A perfect counter lands. It's been all one-way traffic with just 10 seconds to go in the round. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. And there's the bell for round 5. He got knocked down in the last round. Let's see what he can do here.
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff him.
Catch and shoot. Good counter punching. Good defense blocking that right uppercut. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. That counter shot lands. What skill being displayed here between these two middleweights? That counter punch caught him clean. Endurance is becoming... Hold it right there! Crawford in trouble. And now they're right back into the fray.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
And he scores with the counter. What a punch. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Well done with that counter shot. The straight right just misses. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one.
Come on now.